Hello, my beautiful people, my beautiful tribe. I was so happy after posting the video last night. It had been a bit hectic and I was late and what have you. And you were all so nice and encouraging and everybody wants to join in again. And I'm just so very happy that you're here. Thank you. Thank you for crocheting along with me. It feels good. I'm not going to lie. So I went on. It's Mother's Day today. Happy Mother's Day to all. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I sure am. It's sunny here in Reykjavik and it's just happy times, happy times. So today, let's just get into it. Today we're going to do part 1 of the 7 parts of the HAVANA CAL. And part 1 is just very basic. It's sort of like a bunch of tears, just a bit further in between. So it's a great place to start. And we're going to do this little sample here today. And I'm going to take it nice and easy and slow with you. And we're going to do it and chat a bit along the way. So this is the first part. What I was going to say. If you want, because I have no schedule for what I'm just gonna be doing it like in the next weeks. I don't want to make any promises because then I'll just stress and break them, and so it'll just be. I mean, this is not a do or die issue when I publish this. So if you want to always just get a notification when I upload in the next weeks, do consider subscribing to my channel. It's free. You don't have to pay or anything. You just click that subscribe button. And then you can get notifications whenever I upload a new video. Okay, so and also I'm very happy if you do it also because it's nice to get the numbers up. But that's not what we're thinking about here now, more about you getting the notification at the time. So you can continue with me. I hope a lot of you are joining in. And I'm absolutely thrilled to see color choices already over in the group. So do join the group, Tinna's Crochet Club. Get your yarn ready and... let's let's go. Part 1, HAVANA CAL. Happy Mother's Day to all. Mother's Day. Mwah. Sending love from Iceland. Let's do this. Okay, so like I was saying, I just really want to film this because I was looking for one of my books actually, and I didn't find that, but I did find my old HAVANA shawl. And here I do the same fade actually that I'm doing now in the new, my new blanket. But you see, it's always different. Here it's kind of similar, but it's always different how it flows because it depends on what colors I have. I wish I had some of this pink here. And all this teal. Yeah, I'm getting into the teal here now. But as you can see, it's just, it always turns out beautifully, but, and it's never the same, so it never gets old. Love this. HAVANA on HAVANA. Whee! Okay, so I've got everything ready. I've got my little color fade here. I'm going to start with my purples and yellow. And then the purple goes into this navy and the blue one. And the yellow just kind of fades and it's going to go into orange later. I found my, the charts here. And yeah, let's go. Part 1 of the HAVANA CAL, which is this part here. Such fun, such fun. And off we go on our little spring crochet along. So we start up here with our color A. My son is actually, it's Mother's Day today. I'm filming this day off. And my son is actually cooking dinner for his mom. Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful boy. Okay, so we're gonna start. We have color A and we're gonna chain up. I'm gonna do 2 repeats in this little video. And we have 12 stitches per repeat. So we stitch up 12 plus 12 is 24. And then we add the border stitches at the beginning and end of the row. That's 1 at each end. So then we have 26 and then we need 1 chain to turn. So 27, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 27. And remember, if you're doing the standard size like I am, then you chain up, I can't remember, it's in the pattern. Then you do 15 repeats, okay? So 15 by 12. And then you always have to add 2 for the border stitches. So you can do any repeat of 12, remember? Okay, so you have it as wide or narrow as you please. Okay, we're gonna do 2 repeats here, so it's 27. And then we just go back, and we're not gonna work into the first stitch here. Actually, can I go closer? Okay, we're not going to work into the first stitch here. This was the extra stitch here the extra chain we did for turning. So we're just going to go into the second loop from our hook, yarn over, bring the yarn up, yarn over, and go through both loops. That's a single crochet, you guys. And now, oops, I have to, sorry. Now we're going to work 1 single crochet into each and every stitch, and once you finish that, then you will have 26 single crochets in this foundation row. Okay, so I said I was going to tell you stories, didn't I? I was just thinking, not all Havana stories are meant for public consumption. It's been so lovely to work on my Havana again, because it's always like I feel like I should always be making something new, right? You know, and I've been wanting to make a Havana for a long time, and it's just so nice because it's so simple, but it is very pretty and effective, and such a joy to stitch on. It really is. So I'm very excited to see that a lot of you are joining in and crocheting along with me for the second time. I'm really thrilled to see how many people left comments, and it's just all very encouraging. And here we have 26. Remember, again, you can do as many repeats as you want. You can make a huge piece or a small piece, all of your liking. And now to finish off, we're gonna yarn over and do 1 chain here, and then we're gonna cut the yarn. Oops, I'm gonna do it this side, and pull this last chain here up. Whoop-a-la. And tuck it in. We're not going to work into this last chain. It was just to get a neater finish here at the end. Okay, so that was the first foundation row. On to the next one. So now we introduce color B, and this is according to the chart, row 2. But this is just like the first 2 rows are just single crochets. I call them now foundation rows. Okay, so now again, because this is mosaic crochet, we're always working from right to left, unless you're left-handed, then it's left to right, but always from the same end and in the same direction. So now we start here again, looking at this from the front side, and we're gonna go under both loops here. I'm gonna zoom in again, and we're gonna go under both loops of the first stitch of the round, of the first single crochet here, of the row, sorry, I always mix up my rows and rounds. And we're going to yarn over with a new color, color B, and we're going to pull it up through, chain 1, and then we're going to work 1 single crochet into the same first stitch. And this is the border stitch at the beginning of the row, always the same. First there's 1 chain here into, and then the single crochet. And now we're going to work back loop only, because we're doing mosaic crochet. All the single crochet stitches go back loop only. And now we have the pattern 2 times, that's 24 stitches, all single crochets, all back loop only. It is fun to start with purple and yellow, such a beautiful, bright and vibrant contrast. And here we have our chart. You see, we're starting here, and this is the repeat of the pattern. I'm just doing exactly like the chart. So we did round row 1, and that was here. We did this is for the border stitch at the beginning of the row. And then when there's no X in the box, then you just do a single crochet, back loop only. And then when there X is here, then we're gonna work our double crochets, and they go down 1 row. Basic mosaic crochet, okay? So we're here now in row 2, which is really the second foundation row. And it's all just single crochet because there were no X's there. If you're totally new to mosaic crochet, I mean, you should just be able to follow along here. I'm doing this all very nice and slow so everybody can join. But I also have a series of tutorials, like I think it's like up to 5 parts now, which I call Beginner's Guide to Mosaic Crochet, and there I show you all of this. But actually, like, the pattern that I use for the Beginner's Guide, the first video, is very similar to pattern 1 in Havana. So this is excellent and very beginner friendly. Okay, I'm not counting my stitches here, but I have faith. So now I should be on my 24th single crochet here. That's 2 times the repeat of 12, and then we did 1 border stitch at the beginning, then 24, now we have 25, and the 26 is the border stitch at the end of row. And I'm just going to show you this here one time, like I showed you in the beginning. It's always the same. Every first stitch is the same, every last stitch is the same, okay? So here again we go into both loops here of the both strands on the loop here, and we work 1 single crochet here into both loops, okay? And that's just to get it a bit sturdier here on the ends, okay? And then we work 1 single crochet, and we break the yarn. No single crochet, no, 1 chain, and break the yarn, and now whoopa, we have done row 2. And these actually are the 2 foundation rounds, and now is really where the pattern itself starts. Whoop, whoop. On to row 3, and then we do use color A again, and this is actually like now the first part of the pattern. And now we do 12 more rows, which is 1 repeat of the pattern. Sorry. Oh yeah, and I'm using this here. This is included in the pattern, where I show how all the different patterns work when you line them up. I very much like this drawing. So on we go. So I do now, if we look here at the chart again, now we're here on row 3, and we do the border stitch at the beginning of the row, and then there's an X here. So we do 1 double crochet here, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stitches that are just empty. It doesn't matter that this one is blue. No X's, that means single crochet, okay? So 1 X, 11 single crochets. Easy does it. We start with the border stitch at the beginning of row, and then we're going to work our 1 double crochet, and we find the stitch that is next here. We're not going to go into that. We're going to follow that down and go into the stitch here below. So you want to yarn over and have it a bit loose here. Go up and under, grab our yarn there and come up. Now we have 3 loops up on our hook. We're going to yarn over and go through 2, and yarn over and go through 2, like so. And then we have to take care not to work into the stitch here behind this one. It's a bit dark, you can't see it maybe, because then we would be doing an increase. But we're just now going to work 11 single crochets. They all go into back loop only, and we go here into the next one and start here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoop. 9, 10, whoop. 11. And that is 1 repeat. Okay. And now we're going to do another repeat, and then we do 1 double crochet, and again we find the stitch that is next here. Not going to go into that one. Follow it down, find the stitch below, yarn over, keep it loose, swoop up and under, yarn over, pull up, and again try to keep it a bit loose, yarn over, go through 2 and 2, And this is all there is to it, to mosaic crochet, which is so beautiful. And it's, oh, I love going back to the basics like this. And then another 11 single crochets. Okay, I think I don't need to be like really up in your face like that. Okay, we finish our 11 single crochets. Each stitch repeat is 12 stitches, and then we do the border stitch at the end of the row exactly like before. Chain one and now poopa. Okay, you see, this is the beginning of our little pattern here. Whoop whoop. On we go. Row 4. If you repeat this pattern again, then you start on row 3 here actually, because like the first 2 are just foundation rows, and then the pattern started here, and now really we're on row 2 of the pattern itself, to be completely anal about it. Border stitch at the beginning of the row. And now we're always going to just be doing the same in this pattern. It's very simple. It's basically just like Apache tears with only it's a bit further in between. So now we're just going to do always our double crochet one after the one that we have here. So now here I work 1 single crochet into the double, and then I do a double here. And my next double crochet is going to be here. It's just moving forward 1 step at a time. So you really don't even need to look at the pattern or think or anything. This is a very simple. So now I did the border stitch. Now I do 1 single crochet into the back loop of the first DC here, and then I work my double crochet and I yarn over, go 1 row down. That's a double, and take care not to work into the stitch behind me. And then I do 11 single crochets. I was just thinking, since it's Mother's Day, and I was thinking, because I was looking at old photos of the boys in Cuba yesterday when I was doing the intro video. And now the 11th single crochet lands here on the double crochet, and then we do 1 double. And now we only do 10 single crochets here until the end, because we did 1 here at the beginning. So that's... it's moving, everything is moving 1 step ahead. Yeah, I was just thinking, it was so funny, like when I took them, when they were just very small, like for example, Pepe had his 2nd birthday in Cuba. So, like, and his birthday is the end of February. So it was just so funny. I would take them, you know, from the snow in Iceland. So Pepe would be 2, and then Ulfur is like 5. And I would take them from the snow in Iceland in the middle of February, ship them, no, like it was in, I think we left in January, and January, ship them over to Cuba and just put them down there, and they would just, you know, carry on. It's so funny how kids are so, they're just like, oh, we're here now. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm at the 10th single crochet here after the double, and then we do the border stitch at the end of the row. Cut it, and a whoopa. That's row 4 all done, and this is all we're going to be doing here. It's always just moving 1 further. Okay, on we go. Okay, on we go. I made a mistake. I was going to use this color here. I just started, well, anyways, I'm just going to switch over to that. This is another yellow. It's like a bit lighter, and then I'm going to go into this, and yeah, but anyways, so on we go. We are on to row 3 of the first pattern here, and we do the border stitch, and now again we have color A. So A is always the odd number rows, and B is always the what's it called in English? Oh my god, you know what I mean. Okay, so now when we start, we do the border stitch, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets, because we're moving always 1 step further here to the left, and then we do our double crochet just after the last double crochet here. And don't worry if it's sort of do you say in English gaping? No, that sounds so strange. If it's like opening up this stitch here, once you continue, it all just sort of settles in. Okay, so it's that was 2 single crochets, and then 1 double, always 11 single crochets in between the doubles in this first pattern. And now I am not counting, and you don't have to either, because just once you hit that double crochet, which is here now, then I know that I do my double crochet 1 stitch later. So this really is a wonderful, relaxing pattern, this pattern 1. I think this must be one of the sweetest way to ease you into making this beautiful big blanket, hopefully. Okay, and then just single crochet here to the end. And 1 border stitch. And then we cut the yarn and a whoopah. So row 2, 4, 5, we did border stitch, 2 singles, double, 11 singles, 1 double, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 singles. Because it should always be then 9 here and 2 at the beginning equals 11. So you should always have total of 11 single crochets here, beginning and end, in between basically just every double. Okay, I'm complicating things. Row 5 all done. Let's go. Hey, oh. I just remembered I can put on some music. I put on my, obviously, my Spanish playlist for Havana. Okay, so we're here done with row 5. We're gonna continue here with row 6 now, and this is the last row I'm gonna do in this color, because I'm trying to, like, with the color fade, I think the best results you can get is when you do 3 rows, like pro medium, you know, aim for 3 rows in each color, and then do your change, your slide in colors. Okay, so we are here with color B, and we're doing yeah, I guess it's unconscious by now, but color B, I want to be like the stronger color, so like the darker color, sort of. Border stitch. Let's look at our little drawing here. We're up to 6. 6 here, so now we do border stitch, 1, 2, 3 singles, then the double, 11 singles, double, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because 8 plus 3 is 11. Okay, on we go. 1, 2, 3, and then we do the double, and then 11 single crochets, but I don't have to count, because once I hit that double, I know I'm gonna do a double next. It's the simple pleasures in life, I swear. I've been so happy working on this. Like, I've been working in my bed, which I don't usually do. Like, just sitting in my bed with all the color fade, because I had it up in my bedroom, lined up all over, and then just working on this. You don't even have to think. It is beautiful. That's why I kind of just also decided to keep with the original design and not start to change it or anything. Maybe I'll do it some other time, I don't know. But it was just, it's such a nice, relaxing pattern. That's 11th. I just hit my double. And the next one, I do a double. La noche la una, las dos y las tres. I love Joaquin Sabina. And I was supposed to do, what, 8 single crochets here at the end. That's the second repeat. And then 1 border stitch, chain, katana, whoopa. Row 6 all done. And that's it for my little purple friend. Sounds like I'm gonna off him. On we go, row 7. So this tutorial goes up to 14 really, because we had every pattern is 12 rows, and then we had the 2 foundation rows. Okay, so we're at the halfway point, 7. Oh, and Benny comes on. Oh, I love Benny More. Really recommend his music. He's like the Frank Sinatra of Cuba. Okay, so we start with 4 single crochets. Again, I'm not even counting this. Like, count them every once in a while. Like, if you could drop a stitch or something, but then it's so easy to fix also once you realize. So, I mean, so we're just basically doing single crochets. Oh, this is not showing very well. Single crochets until we get to our double. That's 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, and then we go down for our double. There we go. Now we have 11 single crochets until we hit that next double crochet. Yeah, I was just saying with the boys, like especially when they were very young, like when they were like 2 and 5, then they were just like, oh, we're here now, great, you know, and you know, they just switched out of their like full snow suits, like full body snow suits they would wear every day in Iceland, and go to like chancletas, you know, just sandals and some small shorts, and you know, usually no t-shirts, and they were just like, let's go. I just hit my double, so I'm gonna do another double here. It's 11 single crochets and 1 double, and now we have 7 single crocheted at the end of the last repeat. But then once they were a bit older, then we were there in 2015. That's the first time they lived there for the whole year. And then they are like, Pip is 5 and Ulfur is 7. And that was grand, really. They were very, you know, and it's just, I don't know, I love that they were able to, that I was able to give them that we had like properly lived in Cuba. That's the border stitch, and voila, row 7 all done. Now we're coming in with the next shade of purple. It's darker, this one. Yeah, so I think it's so good that they had a chance to live there as well and try other things and maybe be a bit more, you know, it's good to be reminded to be grateful for the things that you have. The funny thing about going between Iceland and Cuba is actually I love both places, but it's really polar opposite places, like really. You can't really go any, like they're very different. So basically everything that is wonderful in Iceland, like everything works very well here, and you know, everything is quite proper, and you know, we got the codes and the regulations, and you know, we have, you know, good schools and good system. Like we're doing fine, and all that stuff is all out of order in Cuba. Like, you know, bureaucracy is insane, and you know, just. Oh, it's, yeah, all kinds of things that are, you know, make life a bit difficult. Just, you know, difficult going shopping. We start with the border stitch, and now we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, and then we do our doubles. Yeah, so basically just what I'm saying is that everything that is good in Iceland, or the best things in Iceland are kind of crap in Cuba, but the best things in Cuba are kind of crap in Iceland. For example, like people not painting their houses pink and nobody dancing in the streets, etc. Except for me, of course. I'm trying to start this. No, I hit my doubles. I'm going to go down with a double. I'm trying to start this more like, because in Cuba you always have people also, you know, out on the balcony and out indoors, and you have all doors open and windows open and music everywhere. And so I'm trying to start this trend here in downtown Reykjavik too. Like I have a French balcony on my in my bedroom, and so I will like lie out there and, you know, do not shouting, like talking to people in the street, and you know, have music on and just have it a bit more lively. That is what I love about Havana. Ugh. Okay, so that's 11 single crochets, and the fade is very nice. It's a bit darker here, but it totally works. Oh yeah, I love that about Havana. Just, and it's just the rhythm there is. Like I often would think before, like I'm very happy living in Iceland right now. Like I'm in my dream house right downtown in Reykjavik, and I'm just so very happy. I have a garden. I love it here. It's so good with the boys, because finally, and in the end, like the second time when we went for a year with the boys, then they were older. They were, I don't know, like 8 and 10 or something like that. And then, okay, I just finished the rounds here without telling you what's happening. It's just moving one forward. I mean, you got this, right? This was row 12, 4. Aha, when you're counting, it's better to do it from the backside. Like you can do it on the stripes here, but it's always better to just do it to the backside. So 12, 4, 6, out. This was row 8. Okay. We have 8, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, 1 double, 11 singles, 1 double, 6 singles. Okay. Yeah, the second time around they were a bit older, and then they weren't really like, I mean, then it was a bit more difficult. Like there was no, we didn't have internet at the house, you know, and they wanted to play their games and do so, you know, it did get a bit more difficult to live with the boys there. But I love it there. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, I'm going to put a stop on here and do the next row. I think I was kind of putting a stop on myself. Just blathering along. We go for row 9, okay? And we are now with color B again. No, A, sorry. And we just fasten our yarn here into both loops. Do the first here border stitch at the beginning of the row. And now we do 6 single crochets. And the last one hits the double. And then we do a double. Oh, it's just moving one step further. It's Maria Jimenez. And then 11 in between, and then one single crochet, no, double crochet here. And then we have 5 in the end, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So like I was saying, I absolutely love living in Iceland, but that is also because I have now gotten to live where I'm sort of supposed to be, which is in a bit warmer climate and warmer. It's not just the climate. I don't really like hot weather too much. It's the hot, you know, it's the, you know, the ambiente, it's how things are in warm, like, you know, it's the rhythm in Cuba is just so beautifully slow and just like sticky and melty. Like it's just you just have to really slow down, and I love that. Okay, I must get back to Havana, dear Lord. 11 single crochets, 1 double, and then we finish with 5 single crochets. This is a very unorganized tutorial, but I am doing all the stitches with you, and it is very simple, so I think you got this. Yeah, let's just, yeah. That was row 9. On to row 10, and we have color B again, and we start with the border stitch. Okay, and now we're gonna do what, 7 probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then we do the double. And so now we know we should end the row with 4 stitches, because 4 plus 7 is 11. Okay, and then single crochets here until we hit our double. It is nice to be. I do love living in Iceland now, though. Also, I'm also older. It's more comfortable. And I don't know, it's not the same anyways. Like I mean, I speak Spanish fluently, and like have friends and family in Havana, and love, you know, have lived there. So it is another home, but still, there's nothing like home either. And I do, because I miss just speaking in Icelandic, for example, when I'm living there, you know, it's the little things. And obviously here I have my whole family and friends as well. So, but I think it's a case of both on good on both sides. This is now row 10 out of the 14 we're gonna do today. And we'll see how much blathering I can get in those 14 rows. So that was the border stitch. We finished with 4 single crochets, and as you can see, our ladder is coming up. And now I'm gonna switch to the neon in the yellow, because I'm doing like, yeah, I think it's grand when you're doing the fade to do 3 in the same color always, and keeping it like, and don't change both colors at the same time, yeah? Then it's a better flow, right? Okay, let's go. Now we do row 11. That's color B then. No, No, color A. I'm using yellow for A, sorry. And we're gonna use our neon. I love me to get some, you know, I love adding neon to everything I do. So I'm always very happy I found this wool. It's wool and it's worsted. Oh, it's lovely. Okay, so now we change the yellow to the next step. Do the border stitch, and then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the double. And then singles until we hit that double. I was very happy to revisit Spain also last summer. I took my boys there. And I used to live, first before living in Havana, I lived a year in Barcelona when I was like 21. Which was glorious, I can tell you. Those stories are not suitable for public consumption. Okay, 11 single crochets, and we go down with our double because we just hit the double. And finish with 3 single crochets. Okay, and the border stitch, snappity snap, whoopity whoop, epa. Okay, so just to go over again, like we're always doing, like this is 1 repeat, we're doing 2 repeats. So when I say here, for example, we were in what, 11 here. So when I say like we do 8 and then 1 double and then another, like the repeat is 8, 1 double, 3. But then obviously always in between all are these what you have it, 11 stitches. Okay, so it just makes more sense to put it up like that. I do recommend buying the pattern because it really is, I love working with these because I put them all together. So you see how they like merge and everything. Well done, Tinna. And the pattern is 35% off during this month or until I finish the cal. Okay, we're back into color B now. Oops, it's tangled a bit here. And we're gonna do row 12. Okay. He's doing an excellent job on Mother's Day. Bye, good limit. Okay, on to row 12. And we do the border stitch. We have color B. And we're in the groove. Okay, we're going to work single crochets all the way up here until we hit the double. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we go in for the double. So we have 9 here, so we know we finished the row off with 2. Okay. So we did the double crochet, and now there are 11 in between. I don't know how your Mother's Day is going, but here in Reykjavik it is so sunny, just beautiful. Okay, I hit my double here, and then I do 1 double, 2 single crochets to finish off row 12, and then the border stitch. So I'm thinking when I finish filming here with you guys, it's only like 5 o'clock or something in the afternoon. So I'm thinking I'm gonna meet up with my friend and maybe have 1 beer in the sun. It's cold as shit, but we can pretend. Okay, that was row 12, all done. On to 13, and we have the bright yellow again. Next row, I'm changing color B. And as you can see, like if you have just a little bit of some colors, it's fine to do just 2 rows in a color or even just 1. Okay, now we start the row by doing 10 single crochets. I think it's quite funny that people have been warning me in Australia, because we're going to Australia this summer, that obviously like midsummer here for us, we're going to go in June and July. And they're just like, yeah, it's winter here. So it's 10 singles and 1 double. It's, winter in Australia, it's not going to be warm or anything. And it's like where we start up on the Sunshine Coast, it's like 20 to 22 degrees. That is insanely good day in Icelandic summer. It was actually snowing here 2 days ago, like quite heavily. Not heavily, but like for this time. Okay, that was the double, and then we do 11 singles. So I am not worried about us being cold, but I do think it down in the south, that's so insane. With like when you go south, when in Australia, then it gets colder. Everything is on like upside down there, I swear. But then it will be a bit colder, like it'll just be like 10 degrees maybe or something in Melbourne, I think. So, but that's also like a good summer day. It's like not a great one, but like a damn decent one. So I will just be taking my Icelandic lopi sweater, my wool sweater with, which is great, so I can represent when I go to the sheep and wool show. That was the double crochet here, and now we do 1 double. I just hit the double, that is, so this was my 11th single crochet, and then we do 1 double here and 1 single, and then we finish this row 13. Oh, it's only 1 more row to go. This went fast. Oh, I feel like I didn't get any time to chat with you here today. Okay. Well, there's nothing to it. Now I'm going to change, because I have done 3 rows here now in this purple, and so now I'm going to change it up to navy. Actually, I'm thinking about using this piece, trying to make it a bit larger, and then maybe do some yarn graffiti when in Australia. I could do like this, can go around the pole, not like a big pole, but could be cool. You can always do that with your swaps, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, and all kinds of everybody watching. Okay, let's continue. This is the last row I'm going to show you. It's row 14 of the pattern. Really, it's the last row of this pattern 1, which is 12 row repeat. And so we do the border stitch at the beginning of the row, and then now we're gonna start by doing 11 single crochets. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 it's 10. So much fun to crochet. It's so easy and basic and straightforward. And then we do our double. So this repeat here now is 11 single, 1 double, 11 single and 1 double, and then the double ends here at the end of the row. Yes, it's a good thing that we have 7 patterns, because I have many more things to chat about Havana and about travels, and I'm just kind of very happy at the moment. Like apologetically. No, but I mean, it's just, things are good. Obviously, there is room for improvement on many in various areas, but still pretty darn happy. So that was 11 single crochet. We just hit our double crochet here from last round, and we go down. We finish off our repeat with 1 double crochet, 1 single here to do the border stitch in both loops. Oopala, whoopa. Pattern 1, all done. Part 1 of the Havana Spring Cal filmed. I'm doing great. Okay. I hope you guys are doing great as well. I hope you give it a go and go for a big old Havana, or just a small one, or just a small piece like I'm doing, and sewing it up in your neighborhood around a pole. There are so many possibilities, and there is absolutely no reason not to join in on this fabulous Havana spring crochet along. Whoop, whoop. No, I haven't finished. I have to say something more. Okay. This is such a goodbye. Goodbye. But anyways, one more thing to tell you before I'm off is the following. Now, when in the videos, I'm just going to be doing 1 repeat on the length of each pattern, right? But now if you're doing the blanket, then it's going to be 3 repeats of each. Let's observe on my little blanket in the making here. Okay, so what happens is basically you just always continue with the same pattern. But what you do now we've done 1 repeat, which is the 12 stitches, and then if you're doing the blanket, then you just do these last 12 rounds again, again and again. Okay, so basically here after row 12, then you do row 1 again in the pattern. That is row on the chart here, this chart at least, then it's row 3, like, because we have the 2 foundation rows, but it's just the one with the first double crochet where the pattern begins. Yeah, so now if you're going to do another repeat of this, then you start here. I'm just gonna show you, right? No, I can't find my needle. I threw it up in the air. If you're now continuing and going to do another repeat of pattern 1, like for the blanket, for example, where you can do 2 or 3 or 4 repeats. I'm doing 3 for the standard size. Then you just start next row here, as always before, and now you just start over again with pattern 1, which is just starting and putting the double crochet here again at the beginning of the row, because what happens, they are otherwise falling off our piece, you know. So now we have to add 1 here at the beginning again, so that we always have new lines like this, because otherwise just this would be textures and then this would just be striped. Yeah, so now this one is here at the end, and then you have to always just move, because you're always moving 1 forward, you just move this double crochet here. Now in the next row you move it to the first stitch here, so the next row starts with the border stitch, then you do 1 double crochet because it's now moved up to here, and then you do 11 single crochets. Okay, and then you just continue and do according to either this video, this would then in this video be row 3 that I'm repeating here now, 3 to 14, or just these 12 rows of the pattern 1 as many times as you like for the standard size. We are doing it with 3 repeats, and then next time I'm going to show you pattern 2, which is this one here. Beep, beep. Oh my god, this is so much fun. Okay, I'm off out in the sun to meet up with Iris for just maybe 1 or possibly 2 pints. Happy Mother Days to all. I hope you crochet along with me. I'm so excited about this, and have a great Sunday. I love seas. A toodaloo.